Mars internet might be dope though. Who knows?
So obviously you're best friends with Elon Musk, right? Hey, you've got him on the DMs, right? His master plan is to have a colonization of Mars, right, and have a colony in Mars. And I believe he's very ambitious, that guy, right? So he wants 1 million people on Mars by 2050. What are your opinions? What are your thoughts about colonizing Mars?
So it's really interesting. I'm trying to remember where I think a Neil deGrasse Tyson video is where I heard like his thoughts on this, which I really thought were powerful, which is Mars is uninhabitable right now by humans. So before we get to Mars, we have to do a bunch of crazy stuff. We have to terraform it. We've got to warm it up at the poles. Like there's some things you got to do to make that atmosphere and that livable for human life, right? And so you gotta do all this work. You gotta get nukes apparently at the poles and like melt that ice and like get it in the atmosphere and all this stuff and terraform the whole planet. And if you are actually able technologically to spend that many $1 billion to send that much technology to Mars, to turn Mars into Earth, then surely you can turn Earth into Earth, right? Surely we can fix this problem we've started. If there's enough money to send it there, let's try it here. Okay. This is the only Earth we've got, and I think that would be, I'm not saying going to Mars is a bad idea, but I think that would be a good place to start.
Okay. Now, I totally agree with you, but I've got a counter argument because I totally agree. Whatever it takes. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast and he was like, whatever it takes to, even if okay, fair enough, terraforming is like, we're talking like 1,000 years, right? But also kind of, they're talking about having like, habitats inside where you could be living. Maybe it's underground, have a full colony over there. My thinking is the problem we have is we have a lot of crazy world leaders, right? And things could go bad very quickly. And we've seen things kind of go to the edge of getting bad, and you're thinking, based on that, like surely if the world was an ideal place and we all kind of got together and we were like, okay, no, we need to make, like, look at global warming. There's still a large chunk of people who don't believe in climate change. You know what I mean? So on that basis, I'm like, sure, set something up on Mars. Let's have a backup because we have no idea what's going to go wrong here anytime soon.
Fair. Yeah, no, there's no doubt that like for the safety of humanity, it would be much more of a long-term plan to be interplanetary. Yeah. So yeah, with the inevitable death of Earth, yeah, we'd like to be on Mars and maybe even another planet someday. I don't know if Venus makes any sense, but
Venus is hell. 430 degrees. Maybe in the atmosphere, they're talking about having floating habitats, but the pressure is, it's almost like being a kilometer down. It would literally crush you like a can if you were to go on the surface. And
Venus?
It's hot enough to melt lead.
Yeah, it's definitely too hot. So I guess we should just try to lock up that whole Mars thing.
Yeah.
If we can.
So 2050, like, okay, I think it's a bit too ambitious getting 1 million people on Mars, but say there's a colony on Mars, maybe 100,000 people, right? Let's give him some credit. Maybe he gets 100,000 people on Mars, gives you a call. It's like, hey, Marques, you're a little bit older now. Want to have a setup for you, Mars? Do you want to come down? One-way ticket.
So I think I've thought about this, and like it would depend on like what's there. Like, is there internet? Like, the reason we have internet on Earth is because of all these servers on Earth and all the satellites around Earth that are retrieving that information. If I go to Mars, isn't there a different internet? Like, you need to now make a new internet with new information. Like, is that built yet? I don't know if I want to go to Mars with no internet.
So what Marques is saying is, as long as there's good internet, he's willing to go to Mars.
Mars internet might be dope, though. Who knows?
It might be. I mean, it's not going to be as crowded. It's not going to be as crowded. The thinner atmosphere. I'm sure they can get some, with Starlink and everything that they're doing right now, I'm sure they can get a full satellite system going on there. I hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to hear the full podcast episode, then that will be linked down below. And if you want to see more clips like this, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss them. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf Speaks, and I'll see you next time.